Hello, welcome to JD Rants. It's been a while since I've been on. Excuse me for that. I've been working on my channel, JD Rants 2. If you haven't checked that out, it's under my featured channels. So I highly recommend you do check that out. I've been doing a lot of live streaming. A lot of the OGs have found it, and we've been having some fun in there. So it's been a good time. But I want to get to this Nick Foles story. So I talked about it a lot on the live stream on JD Rants 2, but I haven't talked about it on my main channel, which is a crime. So the Jaguars trade Nick Foles to the Bears. The Jaguars have agreed to this is by Zach Links. The Jaguars have agreed to trade Nick Foles to the Bears, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. In exchange, the Bears will send a compensatory fourth-round pick to the Jags. The former Super Bowl MVP will restructure his hefty contract as part of the trade. I don't think it was that hefty. It'll be new surroundings for Foles, but have plenty of familiar faces to help him adjust. Head coach Matt Nagy is among the staffers that have worked with him in the past and will help him with his learning curve. The Bears have been exploring alternatives to the first-round pick Mitchell Trubisky this offseason, though they're not necessarily out to replace him instead of Foles. Foles figures to serve as a competition for the soon-to-be 26-year-old. Trubisky showed plenty of promise in 2018 as he led the Bears to a 11-3 mark in just 14 starts, a campaign that resulted in the first ever Pro Bowl nod. However, things got really rocky last year. Trubisky had just 17 touchdowns against 10 interceptions, and the Bears D could not make up for his shortcomings. The Bears went 8-7 in Trubisky's 15 starts last year and finished 500 on the season, leaving them short of the playoffs. Chicago initially insisted after a year they'd roll with Trubisky in 2020, but reports soon emerged that they were going to look for a veteran to push Trubisky. That seemed to connect a number of signal callers to Foles, Dalton, and Bridgewater. All right, I'm just going to stop here before we talk about the contract. The reason why this makes so much sense, guys, right, is because Nick Foles knows how to run Andy Reid's system. And you might say, well, what the hell? Andy Reid? What are you talking about? He hasn't played with Andy Reid since the Eagles. What do you think that Matt Nagy is running? What do you think that Doug Peterson was running when they won the Super Bowl? They were running the same system as their coach, as their mentor. It's the same type of system. Is it exactly the same? Absolutely not. But is it the same type of system? Yes, it is. And that's a big deal. It's a big deal. Familiarity is everything. There's a reason why Tampa told Brady that, you can do whatever you want. You can come here and do whatever you want. Yeah, whatever. Whatever you want to do, that's what we'll do. Whatever offense you want to run, that's what we'll run. And that's the reason why they told him that, because familiarity is important for these quarterbacks. If you're expecting a receiver to cut, and he doesn't cut, but in your other system they cut, it's just confusing. That's why quarterbacks oftentimes they'll for instance they'll hire their college coach in order to make it more comfortable for you, I guess. And that's the thing. Is it necessary? Is it right? Who knows? But it's a thing, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. I think it's going to work out here. Let me tell you why. Because Nick Foles is not a guy who does too much. You know what I mean? The Jaguars, he wasn't really given much of an opportunity because just to get acclimated, because Gardner Minshew just played so well. So they decided, we're going to go with the young guy, give him some snaps, and the old guy that we just paid, whatever. We'll move on. But one thing I noticed is that it seems like this is a great fit in the sense that this team is pretty ready-made for a playoff run. They have the defense, they have the offensive line for the most part, and we got a running game, and we need a guy who's going to come in and throw short darts. The problem with Trubisky is he is so accurate from 25 yards to 30 yards, but if you try to make him just throw a bunch of 5-yard strike, trying to keep the defense honest, he can't do it. He misses his checkdowns way too often. He just does. It is what it is. You can't really do anything about it except for hope that he gets better at it. But that's why they brought Nick Foles in, because Nick Foles is a check down meister. Check downs mean a lot. People underestimate check downs because they're not sexy. Bro, if you can check down, if you can throw like screen, check down, screen, if you can do that, not only are you making the defense pissed off, like, let me tell you, okay, let me go back. When I was playing football, I will never forget this one game that we played, where, like, we were like undefeated. We were 5-0, right? We were 5-0, and then our sixth game, this team, we're so used to facing teams that would throw deep or run, throw deep or run, throw deep or run, throw deep or run. That's it. That's all they did. Then we faced this team. I forgot who they were. I think they were like Solon or something. But like, we faced this team, and all they did was screen. That's all they did. They screen, and then eventually they'd throw one bomb. We would not expect the bomb. We did not expect it. So by hitting all those screens and those run plays, we were just caught off guard. We're like, oh shit, another screen. Oh shit, another screen. Oh shit, another screen. Because it's so quick, and you have to react so fast to a screen. A screen is like, people say, well, why don't they just throw deep every time? Because they're expecting it. If you throw deep every time, they're expecting it, you moron. So you can't do that. You have to throw short passes and then deep passes. This is why Trubisky is frustrating for so many Bears fans, because he can hit the deep pass. That's what pisses us off. He can hit those 20-yarders. He can hit a lot of these deeper plays. He can hit them. But it's the little ones he can't hit. It's the little tiny ones he can't hit. And it's just like, dude, like he'll shock people. He'll be like, wow, people don't like this quarterback? He's really good, because he'll hit a 25-yard pass. And then the next play, he'll miss a 5-yard out. Like a quick little, all right, Nagy calls a little, running back out, like in, out, and he just misses him. He'll just miss him. Or he won't see him. He'll try to go downfield again, or he'll just fail, or he'll run. It's just Trubisky he needs someone to mentor him. This is why I'm glad we have Nick Foles, because you look at his track record. You know what I mean? Not giving him credit for this, but he was in the locker room, I believe, with Patrick Mahomes. He was in the locker room with Patrick Mahomes at one point, and then he was in the locker room with Carson Wentz, and then Carson Wentz, well, no, I think it was before that, actually. I think Foles was before that. Regardless, it doesn't matter. He was in the locker room with Carson Wentz. He was in the locker room with Gardner Minshew. And now he's going to the locker room with Mitchell Trubisky. If they ask him to be a mentor, he's going to be a mentor. If they ask him to be a starter, he'll be a starter and a mentor. So Nick Foles is the guy that you pay. This is the dude. I wanted Teddy Bridgewater. I said, guys, I hope we get Teddy Bridgewater. Let's get Teddy Bridgewater. Come on, let's get Teddy Bridgewater. I'm happy with Nick Foles. Is Teddy Bridgewater younger? Probably lasts a little bit longer? Probably. Nick Foles, he has a better chance of winning a Super Bowl. He has already done it. So let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. Bear down. Hashtag bear down. Shout out to all my Bears homies. We got ourselves a quarterback, boys.